Welcome, Verastructor. As we consider identity, as we have done in past videos, it becomes clear that identity is complicated. Using tools, psychometric tools, the Myers-Briggs, the Big Five, the other personality tests that you can take online, the archetypes, Jungian archetypes, you come to find that none of them can tell you precisely who you are, and you seem to be both more and less than what they suggest. So today we're going to talk about that. Now, this is a little bit of a new format, but I'm going to address this letter of sorts, video letter, to you, Verastructor. And the first Verastructor is, of course, my wife, Jess, who is in previous videos. So I will be addressing this primarily to her, but I hope you will find it instructive and Verastructive for you in figuring out what identity means to you. We are far more powerful than we can imagine. In fact, we seem to be infinite. We've established this previously in our interdimensionality video. There's a link in the below bio. Because of this, because we are infinite and we are more powerful than we can imagine, we are like lowercase g gods, or more like forces of nature. We leave immense destruction in our wake with even a moment of negative emotion. On the other hand, we generate vast paradises, paradises as vast as the universe, with even a moment of joy. If I were wisdom, you would be the earth. To try and receive either one of us in our entirety would be like drinking a waterfall. Or rather, trying to drink a waterfall and instead drowning in said waterfall. So what does it look like to have a relationship then? Because while we know identity is individual, it is also collective. So what is it like to have a relationship? One of the most important, most essential parts of being human, of living, is interacting with others. I must, me, even in moderation, as wisdom, must come off as tactless, cold, calculating, overly simplistic, and obtuse. And you must, even in moderation, as the earth, must come off as fickle, hot, thoughtless, overly complex, and insistent. To be in a relationship, then, is to do something neither of us wants to do. Play a part. Act. Assume the role. I don't like it any more than you do. But that doesn't mean that none of our individuality, of our infinite power, won't make it through. I'll tell you a little secret. Our powers always come through. Even if just a trickle. But usually the least you can muster is a stream. But that's more than enough. More than enough for me to get to know you and to appreciate your gifts. More than enough for you to feel movement and flow so that you don't feel backed up, damned, or diverted. In this small domain, minimal flow feels like ecstasy. and quietist convergence of two minimal flows is like manifesting the infinite individual in a smaller plane of existence. It's transcendent, it's rapturous, it's magical, and it's also Verastruct. So what do we do with this information? We must chase, with all diligence, the good times, even at the expense of presenting all of ourselves. Minimal flow is better than wholesale rejection. We must rely on the infinity of time. There will always be time to relay the infinity of the self, no matter the rate. So it's best to side with a slow pace, where the immediate reward is more likely and the future is more secure. We ought to be content with the isomorphic symbol that is our body and spirit. It'll always represent us, even when we're not trying. We need to let go of the illusion of control, or rather, let go of control of others, of objects, of ideas, which in actuality is what's controlling us. Our need to control others is what ultimately is what damns us and stops the flow. So breathe. Rest. Sleep. Knowing full well that moments like those are actually the most productive, helpful, and powerful. Enjoy life. Verastruct slowly and deliberately. You are a deep fountain of unique identity, Verastructor. Have a lovely day.